Shepard, you need a place that's yours. Somewhere to recharge, clear your head.
That's very generous.
It's practical. We need you in the best shape possible. Rested. Focused.
Commander! Commander, this is urgent! There are people trying to kill you.
Yeah, I think he's aware of that.
I mean other people. New people.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's performance is brought to you by random acts of violence.
When you think of some of the best Mass Effect DLCs, you either think of Lair the Shadow Broker or the Citadel DLC. In my opinion, the 1A and 1B, you couldn't go wrong with either. However, when it comes to one I like to play more, I prefer the Citadel DLC. It has that perfect balance of humor, action, and nostalgia that's made it so great, and on top of that, it gives a player a break from the hell the Reapers are raising at the moment. So in this video guys, we're going to be going over the Citadel DLC, and as a heads up, there are going to be a lot of spoilers in this video, and I'm going to be going over most of the main story and a few side missions, so if you haven't played the DLC, there's your warning. But before we get into the video, if you guys enjoy the content I put on the channel, why not leave a like and subscribe? It helps the channel out tremendously, and I really appreciate your support. Now let's go ahead and get right into this. The DLC is available after stopping the Cerberus coup attempt on the Citadel. You'll receive an email from Admiral Hackett instructing Shepard and the crew to head to the Citadel to take some shore leave because these guys need it. You see, Hackett understands, killing Reapers is stressful work. When you go to the Citadel again, there'll be an option to go to a personal apartment. When you get there, you get a call from Anderson himself saying that you can stay there. This place is impressive. I guess being a captain in the Alliance has its perks. After this, you'll have the chance to explore the apartment where you can find data pads with pieces of his autobiography. He even talks about Shepard a bit. You don't have to look at them, but they're there for you to listen to. There's even a weapons bench and an armor locker. You'll get more use out of it later. It's not going to be important now. To start the next part of the DLC, go to check your emails in the man cave. You'll find an email from Joker inviting him out for sushi. Things pick up from here. As you go in and sit down with Joker, you'll find out that he didn't send the email and that he thought Shepard had invited him. It's at this point you're probably thinking something isn't right, but before you can ponder that, an Alliance intelligence officer named Brooks shows up and informs Shepard that someone is taking his personal info and wants him dead. Soon after that, mercs shoot up the place, Brooks is taken hostage, and you realize you gotta drop some folks after all. After you take out the mercs and help Brooks who's been shot, a merc shoots the fish tank floor beneath you, and you suddenly fall through the fish tank into the wharfs below. From here you'll have to make your way to the transport depot with nothing but a suppressor pistol you took off one of the mercs. You have Brooks to help you along the way who is a little spazzy from taking too much metagel. These guys are a bit of a different breed. Seriously, they beat Cerberus' foot soldiers by a mile. One of your squad mates will come and back you up after a while. When you reach the transport terminal, you see a transport that you think is for you, but too bad, nothing but mercs. Luckily enough, Rex was upstairs in a meeting. It'll help you by raising hell as only he can. If Rex dies where you haven't cured the genophage, it'll be James making the save. With them there, you can survive the onslaught and get the hell up out of there. It was great to see Rex in action because you don't get to see him that much after Mass Effect 1, and the way he jumps out of the window and drives himself into the shovel. Moments like this is why people love the Krogan. They're badasses. Back at the apartment, Shepard and the crew get acquainted with Brooks, and you can speak to your crew before you go talk to Liara to start the next mission. You need to speak to at least one of them anyway. Liara reveals that the mercenary group is called Cat 6, and the gun that they used was traced back to a casino owner named Elijah Khan. There's a phone call between Khan and the identity thief. The thief is using the ID disguiser to hide himself, but this all leads to gang toward the casino to find Khan. This casino mission is about stealth and diversion, while looking swagged out. Brooks and a party member will accompany you into the casino. Brooks will be in the shafts, bypass security that way, while your main objective is to reach Khan's safe room by disabling the security devices on the walls of the casino. That consists of mingling with the gas and using your party members as diversion to distract the guards, while you bypass security. At certain points, Brooks will run into trouble and you'll have to distract the guards so she can continue through the shafts. You get to Khan's office only to find him dead and Khan's data drive is deleted because of deletion order, but the comms are still intact. Shepard activates the comm and the face appears on the screen over the mantle, distorted beyond recognition. This allows Shepard to talk to the thief for the first time. Eventually, the thief says they'll take everything Shepard is and everything they own. At this point, I was wondering, this dude has it out for Shepard. Very few have come this hard for Shepard on a personal level. The only ones that I know would measure up are Halliat from Mass Effect 1 and Rex if you don't cure the genophage. Back at the Shepard cave, Shepard orders Brooks and Edie to check the drives for anything useful. You can talk to your squad mates to pass the time, and when you're ready, go over to Brooks to start the next conversation. Brooks and Edie crack a data file containing purchases of weapons and mechs. Clifton interrupts to say that Shepard spent their assets code, which is used at Citadel Archives, which means you know who was there. You know how Shepard can never bring the whole squad on a mission, right? The developers poke at this with Brooks saying that it's too bad that Shepard can't bring everyone, but Shepard says why not? Everyone's on deck for the next mission. Be sure to equip your weapons before the next mission or you're going to be stuck with your suppressor pistol. The next mission is the assault on the archives, and this is where you can get some sweet revenge on Cat 6. After you and the squad deal with the mercs, the thief finally shows himself and...
I'm Commander Shepard. I never hide.
Not exactly how I saw this playing out.
It's a clone of Shepard created by no other than Cerberus. I'm not surprised that Shepard has a clone. Cerberus brought the original back from the dead, so a clone isn't that far out there. The clone was made in case Shepard needed extra organs and was discarded when the real one was well enough off, leaving this one to his own devices. The clone remained in a coma until 6 months ago, right when Shepard was arrested. During those months, the clone learned how to be human through the use of neural implants, and this is what he did with that knowledge. You can try to reason with the clone, or threaten him. Your choice doesn't really matter, he thinks he's superior to you. He leaves, you have to chase him through the archives. You have your team to back you up. They're split into teams on separate catwalks, and along the way, they'll debate which one is better, the Mako or the Hammerhead. These are also their team names. Both vehicles are terrible in their own way, but anyway, Cat 6 can be throwing everything at you in an attempt to slow you down. They send the Atlas, Razor Squad, Heavies, but nothing keeps Shepard down for long. I love the little information that you get going through the archives concerning the First Contact War and the meeting that kicked off the Krogan rebellions. The Krogan weren't playing, but we all know how that ended. Glyph and Rex make this mission. Rex with his one-liners and Glyph's interactions with Shepard are hilarious.
That's why I love hanging out with you guys. Why shoot something once when you can shoot it 46 more times?
Commander, I have cataloged 18 previously unknown historical events.
Where's the target, Glyph?
He is searching for a secret vault. He did not wish to be disturbed.
What?
I thought he was you.
Go find him again.
Stupid machine.
Stratika is so much better at this.
At one point in the mission, everything gets quiet. You try and contact Hammerhead, you get nothing. At this point, you got more mooks and more holovids to check out, like the first deployment of the Genophage, and later the Asari discovering the Citadel. Shepard tries to reach Mako and Brooks start saying that they're under attack, but the feed is cut off. As you get closer towards Brooks, there'll be a vault you'll have to cross, however once you step in it, the shields come up and you're trapped. The clone makes an appearance that says that your companions are trapped in the Radiant Vaults, just like you are now, and reintroduces us to Brooks, now having dropped the act she's been putting on the entire time. She's not Alliance at all, she's ex-Cerberus. She was the one who in fact put the dossier together for us in Mass Effect 2. She left Cerberus about a year ago, disillusioned at the fact that Cerberus was looking to aliens for help. In the end, she made the right decision. She goes on to explain what really happened at the sushi place and at the casino. It was her that killed Khan. She's also the one who woke up the clone 6 months ago. Shepard can threaten the both of them, but they don't take him seriously. Big mistake, and after checking Shepard's handprint records, they prepare to seal the party in the vault, but not before taunting you with a familiar phrase.
It's Captain. So, I should go.
It's funny how much Shepard was bothered by that, and when asked if they really sound like that, to which one Squadmate would verify it. The other one asked why Shepard is more worried about the situation at hand, which prompts Shepard to call Glyph to get them out.
Oh, Glyph, you still out there?
Yes, Commander.
Unlock this damn thing and go find the others. No one steals my ship. Not even me.
Once freed, it's a race against the clock. Clone Shep wants your identity and your ship. Yeah, that's not about to happen. Not on Shepard's watch and not on Joker's either. He'll get you and your party as close to Normandy as possible, and from the dock you'll have to fight through Cat 6 at Normandy's ramp, where you'll meet Trainer, who's been kicked off the ship by Clone Shep, but you can convince her that you're the real Shepard. The door has been sealed, but there is an emergency hatch. Bad news, it can only be opened from the inside. As Shepard and his squad try to figure out how to get in without tools, Trainer holds up her toothbrush with some of his tiny Mass Effect fields, allowing you to bypass the lock and get in.
If you told me this morning that a toothbrush was gonna save the Normandy, I'd have been very skeptical.
From here, you'll see Cat 6 on the CIC. They shut down a lot of systems, and EDI, but they did register a security breach, which Clone Shep and Brooks know is the real Shepard, so while they get ready for the ass whooping that's coming to them, they order the mercs to slow you down. Once you push the button to open the gate, be ready to spray as there are plenty of enemies to fight.
One of my favorite places to fight.
The CIC of a warship?
Right there, above the gardens and below the electronic shops.
And antique shops, as I recall.
But only if they're planned.
Before you head to the elevator, you discover that somebody dumped all the stuff in your cabin, including your model ships, your pets, your medals. Shepard is not pleased and will have some things to say about it.
Please send this to an animal shelter for proper disposal, as a warship is not an appropriate...
Oh, that is not okay. You messed with my hamster, guys. Now it's personal.
All there is left to do is to head down the elevator for the final showdown. And once inside the cargo bay, Clone Shep will appear in a full set of N7 armor, which creeps out the real Shepard. It will lead to this awesome cutscene. For this fight, your main goal is to take down Clone Shep, where Brooks and Cat 6 will be a thorn in your side. Your best bet is to fight from cover while watching your flanks for approaching enemies. When the clone gets down to his last 2 metagel, you get a cutscene of Cortez and Joker flying the sky car in front of the Normandy, preventing it from plotting a course and jump into FTL. The clone orders the Cat 6 pilot to shoot it down, but he's having a hard time doing so the clone will order that Normandy shuttle be launched, leaving the bay doors open. The clone will be less aggressive at this point, understandable considering that the bay doors are open. Keep putting the pressure on until the clone uses up the last of his metagel. A final cutscene will play and both Shepards will fight at the mouth of the cargo bay, and then the ship swerves, sending them over the edge. The clone demands to know what makes the real Shepard so special, and right on cue, his crewmates will come and help him up. The clone looks to Brooks, so he returns a regretful glance and turns away. This scene displays the difference without saying much. Shepard has the loyalty of his crew and his friends, while the clone never surrounded himself with people who are loyal to him like that. Unfortunately for the clone, Brooks didn't have that same type of loyalty, and she leaves him there. You can choose to save the clone or knock him off the edge. If you save the clone, he would go anyway. I kinda felt bad for him, he was just looking for his place in this world. But he was trying to take over the real Shepard's life, so he had to go. Brooks is apprehended, and multiple things can happen here. In the end, I persuaded her to stand down, and she'll try to skip her cuss and run. No bloodshed needed at this point. Now, it's just time to relax and get back to our vacation. You know what comes next after a kick-ass mission? Having a kick-ass party. Before that, it's time to enjoy yourself. You can explore the Silver Sun Strip, meet up with old crewmates, and hang out with current ones. Some of these interactions are hilarious. 3 of my favorite side quests come from Jack, Rex, and Grunt. For Jax, you go through a combat simulator, like the one at Pinnacle Station, except this one feels more action-packed. It's more fun overall too. If you romance Jack, you can get this lovely cutscene. This cutscene makes you feel for him, because he's in a messed up situation. You see, since the Genophage are cured at this point in the game, and because he's considered one of the heroes of Tachanka, as well as being a clan leader, the Krogan women want themselves some Rex, and the poor guy's getting snoo-snooed. He had to climb out of his bathroom window to get away from them. This is that ice pack scene. You can try and comfort him, but it doesn't help much. And I'm not gonna spoil Grunts, but I'll let you know, it's funny as hell. After you bought the party supplies and gone through your invite list, it's time for the final chapter of the DLC. You have a choice of what style party you want to throw, quiet or energetic. I go energetic all the way through, but you can switch up the style later, so you have options. Once the party starts, you can roam around and talk to the various groups of guests. Some of these interactions appear gold, like the debate between physical capabilities and biotics, everyone critiquing Shepard's dancing, and then there's the interaction between Miranda and Jack. Shepard's remark about there being sexual tension between the two almost floored me, and it certainly floored them. Plus Kasumi coming out of nowhere. Keep an eye out for her too. When she pops up, you just know it's gonna be funny. At one point you can check up on Grunt, he's playing doorman, and there's some fangirls that show up.
Grunt, keep up the good work.
Will do.
This was my favorite part of the whole DLC. It's relaxed, the banner is top notch, and it's just fun. At the end of the party, you can take a picture with the whole gang. The next morning, you can check on your guests to see how they're doing, and after that, you leave and go back to Document B24 and in the DLC.
Everyone say Normandy.
Normandy!
Do you guys remember that picture I just mentioned? This is the last time that you see the whole crew together, and I think Bioware for giving us one last goodbye to these characters. I mentioned that humor, action, and nostalgia is what made this DLC so great, and in my opinion that describes it perfectly. Add fast-paced action, banter is everywhere, and we get to see every character that survived up until that point. It can be a little cheesy at times, but that's the charm this DLC brings. In my eyes, this DLC was great, and if you haven't played it, you should definitely check it out. If this was Bioware's love letter to the trilogy, I couldn't have asked for more. What did you guys think of this DLC? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching guys, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.